Hey everyone, and welcome to another weekly check-in vlog where I try to keep track of my life goals and keep myself accountable and not lose sight of my reading goals and everything. I take you along on the weekend to see what we're doing and getting done looking back at the week before. If you don't know, my name is Wiebke and I'm trying to get myself out of survival mode this year while also trying to achieve a lot of reading projects that I've been putting off for a while. Now, let's start on looking back at the week because normally I start my vlogs with a run on Saturday mornings. It's midday Saturday already. We had snow this week, so it's a little bit slippery in the park, so I'm not really sure I wouldn't fall and hurt myself, so I decided to start the day differently. Also because last week I said I wanted to have a week of adulting where I make myself read in my physical book every day and try to deal with things that I keep putting off. And that worked and didn't work. While I did make myself do stuff and got things done, I also forgot to put things away. So I started the Saturday with a cleaning session and tidying session to really get a little bit organized and start the weekend with that out of the way. And it worked okay, but not as much as I wanted to, because in the middle of vacuuming, my bag was like, we're not having this bending over thing. So less cleaning, less putting away than I wanted to, but some of it. Because if there's one thing that I've learned in this constant state of exhaustion and pain over the last, let's say, years, it's first, not moving is not going to make it better. Second, some cleaning is better than no cleaning. And third, if I'm in the mood to clean, it costs much less energy. And I was in the mood to clean. So I got a lot of things done that I probably would have to kick myself to do tomorrow. So that is good. Now, how did the reading go? I'm not happy with that. I did make myself sit down and read every day. So that worked. I could pick up my physical book and have dinner with it. But it felt like a chore. I didn't read as much as I had hoped to, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I had hoped to. It was more a feeling of I have to read a few pages before I can drop on my couch and watch the shows that I want to watch. And that didn't feel good. So what did I learn? I can read if I want to, but I don't enjoy it if I don't want to. So making that a chore to achieve a certain page count or something really doesn't work for me. So I'm not going to try to do that again. I still haven't finished Unseen Academicals, the book that I had meant to finish in the first week of February. Yeah, I know, I'm not doing well on that. But another thing that I decided this week, while not making much progress, is that I want to finish something. I really want to finish it. And that's why reading big books is really hard, because reading big books takes longer. So I did the thing that I normally don't do and I don't like to do, is I bought the ebook. I usually only own every book I own in one format and don't like to switch formats while I'm reading. It has an advantage for some things. You can read faster and you can read on all your devices, whatever way you read when you're on the go. But I don't usually do that. But in this case, because I really want to finish the book and want to make more progress than just reading a few pages on the weekend, I broke down and got the ebook, and so that I can read at night and at the gym and, when I'm in the sauna, not while I'm on the exercise bike. But I discovered something else about the book. I own the big hardcover, which is 400 pages, which in my brain sounded doable in 1 or 2 weeks. But the ebook is 550 pages, so no wonder it's taking me so much longer than I expected. And yeah, I still have 200 pages left. I know I had 200 pages left last week when we talked, but it's 200 pages ebook pages and not the physical book pages. I don't know how much that is, because I read a lot of pages in bed this morning before I got up. Moving away from reading for a bit, what really did go well this week was energy and sleep. Now, I do have insomnia and I am used to not sleeping well, but I've had a really long, tough stretch of not sleeping well for months now. And I've had chocolate again this week, so I really slept really, really well. which leads me to the conclusion that there must be some connection of not eating chocolate and sleeping badly in the worst way. I don't want to go back to eating as much chocolate as I used to do before because I replaced dinner with chocolate a lot. I don't have all the healthy eating habits. I have some of the healthy eating habits. So what I'm doing now again is to track what I'm eating to see if I have not been eating enough in the last few weeks when I wasn't eating chocolate. And that's the reason why I wasn't sleeping. So it's not the chocolate, but that I've been underfueling and basically hungry all the time. Let's see how that works. But with the extra energy, I did feel a lot better. So with the extra sleep, I had more energy. And I noticed that what I said last week already, that if I get myself to do active breaks, like short walks or yoga breaks during the day, I do feel better and get more done. And I think that's why I could read after work, which I haven't been able to for a long time because I always fall asleep then. And that is something I really liked. But I also noticed a downside of making myself read and doing all these active breaks, that I had to swap out something else. And I didn't really do well on doing my Korean lessons in the morning. The downside of sleeping is that I'm not up at 5 o'clock and get up at 6 o'clock, which is nice because I don't want to do that, but I have less time to do stuff. So not sure how that is going because I prefer to sleep than to be up early to do things. We'll see. So what did I say? It's Saturday afternoonish. Well, it's almost 1 o'clock. Because I didn't go running this morning, I have my eye on a boxing class at the gym, which I wanted to try, but usually it's at 7 p.m. during the week and I never managed to go there. So it's 3 p.m. today. And I want to try that. Let's hope that's going to work out. Or I'll just do something else at the gym. And then we'll see. I don't know if I can read much more before that. The other thing I'm working on, the other big book, is The Way of Kings. So I made progress on both my big books, but I haven't finished any. And I feel that that is something that I need to feel a little bit less stressed right now. So I need to finish something. But I have, I think, 9 hours at double speed in the audiobook. And like I said, 200 pages in the ebook, which my Kindle says takes me about 5 hours. I think it's more 10, but we'll see what happens. Second try. Well, that was half a success. I went to the gym. I went to this boxing club class, and it turned out you really have to box people. And the trainer came to me in the beginning and was like, do you have experience? And I'm like, not really, I have table experience. And I completely failed to mention that I did boxing classes like 30 years ago, but I don't think that counts. And so I left the class and didn't participate because I didn't feel like being completely stupid and hitting or punching when kicking some pads. So I did a circuit training and some sauna, and now I have to go food shopping. I did some more reading in Unseen Academicals, and I really enjoy how we see Glenda going through the motions of having to change her mind and getting her narrow-mindedness held in front of her and having to deal with that. And all of a sudden it's Sunday morning. I didn't really do much anymore yesterday evening. I went to the supermarket, got home and had dinner and just watched a mellow movie. And yeah, I had the goal of finishing some series that I started this year or any time in the past. But I started something new and then I fell asleep, or I always fell into micro sleep in the last episode, so I still have to watch that today. So I didn't even finish that. But I did sleep a lot last night, so that was good. And I still have a little bit of a backache, so I'm not really sure what to do today. I had thought of going on a hiking trip, like go somewhere and hike around and try if that is something I want to do on the weekends. But I don't feel like it because it's gray and dark. I'm not in a good mood and my back is hurting a little bit. So currently I'm just making breakfast. I'm
sort of eating the same breakfast every day at the moment. My current breakfast is like half an apple, some protein powder, some sunflower seeds, some linen seeds. I don't know what Flohsamenschalen is. I'll look it up and put it up here. And some nuts and oatmeal. Yeah, that's my current go-to breakfast. As I'm currently still not drinking coffee and trying caffeine-free coffee, I'm drinking that. Oops. I also got to reading a bit more in bed this morning and last night. So I have about a little over 100 or 150 pages in Unseen Academicals left. And I thought about how boring it is to watch reading vlogs where the same book is read over 3 weeks, which is not very exciting. Out of oatmeal. But then again, that's how it is, isn't it? You can't always finish a book in a week. And I thought about the amount of pages. I said that the ebook of Unseen Academicals is for 550 pages, which makes up about half of what I usually read in a month. So I shouldn't be surprised that it's taking me so long to finish it. And who can read 45 hours in just 1 week of audiobook? That's not possible, at least not for me. So basically, I don't really have any plans just now what I'm going to do today. I have some options. I'm thinking of going to the Zumba class, but with the bag, I'm not so sure if that's a good idea. So maybe I'll just go for a walk, but a shorter one than the hiking trip would have been. And I would like to really finish Unseen Academicals today or tomorrow. With reading in bed, I do make more progress and I can read faster. There is that. And I've also been thinking about what I wanted to do in February for my spring cleaning, which was taking care of my bookshelves. And yeah, I still don't really know how to deal with that. I mentioned before that because I've been reading so many digital books, my attachment to physical books has shrunk quite a lot. So I feel much more comfortable about getting rid of books and not having that huge library. I noticed that it's not actually a dream I have, this inbuilt library with all the books I ever read in my life. And I don't have those anyways. So, but I do like the idea of displaying covers more than just the spines. But I don't really know how to get rid of the books without just throwing half of them away. Because as I live in Germany, a lot of the books are not really, there's not a market here for them. And just giving them to secondhand stores, which we barely have, they barely have English books, they will not take hundreds of books that I will get rid of because they were just meh books. So I need to think about that more a little bit. Another thing I wanted to do is to rethink how I'm structuring my weekly to-do list or weekly setups, because I've been trying to count my wins and achievements or daily highlights, something like that, for almost a year now. And I suck at it. I don't know how to write down something where I say like, oh, that's an achievement, that's a goal, that's something great that happened today. I don't know why that is. And if you have an idea of how to do that or any good advice, books, whatever, I don't really know how to do that. It always feels repetitive and inconsequential. So I'm thinking about getting rid of that section in my weekly spread. But I'm not sure if I will like that. But I could just try it for a week and see how it feels, because I didn't write down anything for this week. Not meaning it was a bad week, I just didn't feel like an achievement or a daily highlight or a win or anything. It just felt like life. You have to do the things and you do the things. And a lot of thinking going on. So I'm going to have breakfast now and catch up on some BookTok. Talk to you later. Okay, I went on a walk. It was very cold, it was a very long walk, and I struggle to focus now. It's 3:30, and I think I'm done with the day, which is not so good. I listened to another part of The Way of Kings, so I have 5 hours left at double speed. I don't think much is going to happen in terms of progressing the story. I find this a very, let's say, normal or typical first book for an epic series. It feels like an introduction to some of the characters. I really don't have a good hold on the world yet, so the world building doesn't work for me. I don't know if I'm missing it, if I'm not getting it, or if it's because we keep moving around between varying characters and situations, which normally doesn't bother me or confuse me, but I don't really know what exactly to think of the world. Other than that, it seems to be constantly at war, and that men can't read. It's a female thing to do. So that's an interesting part. But there are a lot of questions still, and I'm not really sure I get answers by the end of the book. Next weekend, I will be listening to something else, so my final thoughts, you can hear them in my wrap-up for February. But I'm not sure. I am going to continue because I want to finish the Cosmere, and that's the goal, but I don't enjoy it as much as the other books that I've read in the Cosmere. So there's that. I also read a few more pages in the Unseen Academicals. I might finish tonight or tomorrow night. So I won't be talking about that next weekend either, but there will be a single review for the Unseen Academicals because I'm still doing single reviews for all the Discworld books I read, and I am really enjoying the writing, even though it feels a little bit very on the point. So we're getting a lot of the things that were hinted at more in other books. We're being flat out told a little bit, seeing basically a little bit behind the curtain of especially veterinary. And even though I like that, it's kind of noisy here. I don't know if that is why I thought when I first read it that it feels like the last book we're going to get. So there's that. Now I think I'm going to take a nap, maybe. Maybe I won't get up from that nap again because I'm tired, exhausted, and feeling a little sad. I don't really know about next week. There's a lot of work and appointments that I have, so I'm not sure if I'm going to make any progress on anything. But we'll keep on going. So let me know, how was your weekend? Did you achieve anything? Did you read anything good? Did you have a lazy weekend? Did you watch something nice? What are you doing? What are you up to? Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.